All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that just joined us, thank you very much for spending time with us this evening. It's New Year's Eve 2016, the last webinar of 2016 from Parallel Network and XECoin. And look, guys, we're super excited to have you listening to a story about a company that's going viral in over 125 countries already. Guys, we just got back from a European tour. We just got back from an actual company in California, and we are super excited to bring some information to you that can change the financial future of not just your family, but hundreds of millions of families around the world. And obviously, many of you are taking advantage of doubling your coins. That's right, doubling your coins, because we have a promotion that if you purchase a package before the end of the evening tonight, December 31st, 2016, not only do you double your coins, but you get 6% on top of that. That's right, guys. And just an FYI, it's 8:13 p.m. Central Standard Time. Or sorry, let me see, what time is it? It's 8:07 p.m. Central Standard Time. But I'm going to tell you something super exciting at the end of this webinar, so make sure you stay on, and that way you can tell your teams about, you know, a promotion that's going to really not just rock your world, but allow you to build a massive team globally in 2017. So for those of you that are seeing this information for the very first time, ladies and gentlemen, what you see on your home screen right now is our parent company page. It's www.XECoin.com. That's www.xergonics.com. Guys, I would tell you one thing. This company has some phenomenal technology and products that are going to allow us to have a longevity strategy for years to come. And if you get a chance, spend some time on this website. You know, if you click around, you can click on About Us, find out more about the company, find out more about the affiliates, the team. On this website, guys, you'll be able to find out more information about our CEO and founder of Xergonics, Mr. Don Nastanka. The gentleman is a pioneer. He really has a vision for energy solutions around the world. I've been telling people he's basically the Steve Jobs of energy storage systems. And the reason why I say that is because he's so well versed in what he's doing. But he has a passion for helping people. And when you have a passion that involves helping others, guys, you can literally you can expand any kind of product line. You can help hundreds of millions of families around the world. And that's what's super exciting, because all the products, all the physical Xergonics products, all the carbon credits, all the renewable green energy, all of this will be underwriting the XECoin. And remember, guys, for the first time in history, the XECoin will be the first cryptocurrency that will actually be backed by a commodity. That's what's super exciting for many of us, because we're talking about a 30, 40, 50-year longevity strategy, right? So now let's get into the presentation, because like I said, I know a lot of you are going to get back to your New Year's Eve parties, and we thank you for spending some time with us this evening, ladies and gentlemen. So at the end of the day, guys, our company has one simple question for everybody around the world. Are you plugged in? And I know it's a silly question, but literally, of course you are. We all are. From our cell phones to our cars, our homes, our schools, even our sources of food. Without energy, we are powerless, literally. Our whole existence depends on production, distribution, and consumption of energy. One tradable commodity none of us can live without. Now, our vision and mission is pretty simple. It is to create a better, cleaner, and less expensive way to provide energy to the whole world. Provide a vehicle to supply a less expensive and cleaner form of energy based on smart storage. Create a life-changing opportunity for anyone, anywhere in the world to be rewarded from this revolution in the transfer of energy to a public cryptocurrency. Also, ladies and gentlemen, be part of a mission to make a difference in leading the world in a carbon-free environment. And we want to be the solution for not just our children, but our children's children moving forward. Now, ask yourself this simple question, ladies and gentlemen. How much energy do you waste every day? And if you're a lot like me, I leave some lights on, right? I leave a toaster plugged in, a microwave. I might leave my thermostat a little too low because, you know, I'm a polar bear. I like it cold. But are you aware that 67.8% of the energy produced is wasted due to inefficiencies in the energy infrastructure? In the USA alone, this amounts to over $700 billion in annual losses. Now, this is energy you have paid for, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, we're talking about the United States of America, right? In the United States of America, they have infrastructure from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. To say that they need to upgrade their infrastructure and software is an understatement. But what happens, ladies and gentlemen, is during the day, as all these power plants are cranking out energy to meet demand, this is where you get a lot of those inefficiencies. And also what you'll see are the rolling blackouts from California to New York City. And this is not just a problem in the United States. It's actually a problem around the world. But guess what? All global citizens have to pay for those inefficiencies from their local utilities. And that's why so many people are trying to cut the cord on their local utilities and become grid independent, right? So a lot of this information, guys, is not our information. It's information procured by the National Board. Now the premise is, what if you could store energy for a rainy day like gold, but also be able to trade and sell excess power you do not need to others or back to the grid like currency? Now the power is in your hands, ladies and gentlemen. With the Power On Network and XECoin, you can mine, store, and trade this essential commodity and protect your assets against future downturns in the fiat economy. Everyone will always need energy. That's a given fact, right? And with the Power On Network, you are now the source. Now, ladies and gentlemen, around the world as we speak, we have about 7.5 billion humans. And of those 7.5 billion humans, we have about 6 connected mobile devices. Now remember, guys, we're not getting any less connected as we speak, right? Literally, everybody now has an iPhone, an Android phone, right? iPad, Android tablet, laptop, PC, you name it, we have it. But, you know, do you see us using it and less energy in the future? No, right? We have so many mobile devices now, we're such a digitally connected society that our appetite for energy is voracious. It's exponentially growing every single week, every single month. So I tell people, to be able to be in a place where not only do we have a actual public cryptocurrency that's backed by renewable energy, but also a company provides energy storage solutions for future generations. Talk about a double grand slam, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, ultimately I tell people we are in phase 1. We call it the digitization of energy, conversion of energy into a transferable cryptocurrency. Now, guys, our XECoin is underwritten with energy developed using the best lithium-ion nanotechnology. It's a hybrid proof-of-stake and proof-of-work coin. It's got a max coin base of about 5 billion. But on your screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to get and maybe you're very intelligent, very articulate, but I want you to really focus on this at the bottom of the screen. Right now, as we speak, we have wallets ready for Windows, Linux, and Access. And www.xecoin.net and verify that. All transactions are verifiable on a public blockchain at www.xecoin.info. Now, been approached by other companies that obviously they say they have crypto. But the thing that I always tell a lot of my business partners around the world, a lot of my marketing partners around the world, if a company is you about cryptocurrency, you want to ask, hey, what public exchange can I go and see the buy and sell orders on? Because you got to remember, guys, if you're able to go on a public exchange and buy and sell an actual cryptocurrency coin, that's what will give it value if it's a fiat currency, right? Where you store coins, if they can't provide that, guys, it's the actual. Imagine if something happened in the freezer, you know, like it's what? then they don't have an actual cryptocurrency coin. Now, what underwrites the XECoin? Supply and demand, like Bitcoin or any genuine cryptocurrency. However, we've gone a step further. Together with Xergonics, we are establishing an independent on the global energy fund. If you decide to look at your XECoin directly rather than sell it on the open market, the fund will exchange it for usable value for cost of production at that time. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin is a fiat currency just like the United States dollar, right? So the United States dollar back in the 70s, President Nixon took us off the gold standard, basically turning that American dollar into fiat currency. Bitcoin is a lot like the dollar. It's not backed by gold. It's not backed by silver. It's not even backed by notes. It's basically backed by supply and demand and the fact that, it came on the scene in 2009. Now imagine this, ladies and gentlemen, because it is not backed by any commodity, right? It's very volatile. So as an example, in 2011, Bitcoin was being traded about 50 cents. It had a pretty good bubble. It went from 50 cents to $62. Now, a few later, it fizzled out and shot back down to $2. But, ultimately, that's what happens when you have a fiat currency that's not backed by anything, right? There's a lot of volatility. Now, in 2013, we saw it go from $100, and it shot up all the way to $1,242 before going all the way back down to $500. People made money on the margins, right, because they were able to buy and sell Bitcoin, a cryptocurrency, on an open exchange where people can buy and sell it. That's how a lot of these people make money on the passive aspect of the coins. But because the XECoin is underwritten with not just renewable green energy, right, and physical products from Xergonics and carbon credits, that's going to give it stability and valuation for years to come. This is why we're so excited about the XECoin. Now, our technology partner, Xergonics, is one of the leading producers of distributed energy storage system technology and a pioneer in this industry today. Using advanced nanotechnology and proven storage systems that are portable, modular, and easily tied to existing infrastructure. Storing energy is easier and in your hands. And so those of you just joined us, guys, make sure you go to our parent company, www.xergonics.com, www.xergonics.com. Once you look at the website and see what our parent company does for a living and how it can give our XECoin value and stability, you might not be able to speak till 2017. That was an inside joke. Hopefully you got it. On the screen, guys, you have a ESS tower design on the slide. At the very top, you have the battery management system, basically the brain, right? In the middle, you have the security software. At the bottom, you have thermal management, so it doesn't overheat. And at the very top, you can see the stackable battery stages, guys, about 5 of them, right? You have advanced batteries here at the bottom. You have about 5 advanced batteries. But these ESS towers can basically power a restaurant, a hotel, literally a warehouse. It is amazing what this technology can do. But in California, we got to actually see and hold the vertigo dock. So we saw the dock and the blades that go in them. Each one of these blades, guys, is 1 kW of energy. So imagine, guys, if you have a vehicle, if you look at the screen right here, if you have a vehicle that was mass-produced past the year 2008, it has what's called a 6-pin in the back. And as you see on this vehicle, you can actually dock the vertigo dock to your vehicle. Now, as you're driving around, let's say you're driving around to your parents' house, friend's house. Let's say you're driving around for 45 minutes, an hour, hour and a half. As you're driving around, your car is producing energy. Your alternator, your batteries, your brakes, your exhaust, and all of that energy, guess what? It's going to recharge the vertigo dock as you're driving around. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but literally, if you have an Android phone, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android tablet, right? Anything where you can plug in a USB, you can take these vertigo blades out and recharge any electronic device that you want. But let's take it a step further. What about if you have a renewable energy system attached to your home, right? You can actually, if let's say your average home uses 2,500 to 3,500 kilowatt hours, and let's say you have 10 of these blades fully charged, you're talking about, you know, 1 kW is 1,000 watts of energy. So you're basically talking about being able, you got all these blades recharged, probably have about 1 month to 2 months of energy for your home, which is pretty powerful. Who wouldn't like to not have a electricity bill? I know I would, right? I'm raising my hand right now. So now, this stunningly good-looking gentleman, his name is Don Nasanka. He's the chairman, president, and CEO of Xpress. Guys, he has 25-plus years of global success. We got to actually meet him personally in California. He's the former director at Enersys Inc., which is the world's largest industrial battery company. He's the founder of the Kokum America and Dow Kokum Company, which was the first lithium polymer plant in the U.S. Now, guys, one of the things that we saw in a training that they did, and actually Don Nasanka led the training, the batteries that were in the very first electric Lotus vehicle were Dow Kokum batteries. And this is technology that actually Tesla came in and purchased later. But again, when we're talking about a pioneer in the industry of energy storage and lithium-ion nanotechnology, Don Nasanka, like I tell people, guys, he literally, he knows so much about what he does and is so passionate about helping others that that's why we are excited to lock arms with Don and tell the story around the world. Now, he is the founder of Xpress and has invested in several green companies. He's a distinguished alumni of the University of Central Missouri, and he's had an outstanding career and is the originator of the Innovation Campus, which was recognized by President Barack Obama. One of the things that we found fascinating about him was he was actually honored by the Lumina Foundation, which is the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, for his contribution to education and the idea of Innovation Campus. And guys, again, this is our CEO for our parent company, and the ability for us to have physical products come out every quarter that allow us to benefit lives around the world, that's what's exciting. So on your screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, you have an article from McKinsey. It's basically called The New Economics of Energy Storage. And to give you a brief synopsis, it talks about energy storage can make money right now. Finding the opportunities requires digging into real-world data. But basically, guys, imagine energy storage is the favorite technology of the future for good reason. Many people see affordable storage as the missing link between intermittent renewable power such as solar and wind and 24/7 reliability. Guys, around the world as we speak right now, many governments are trying to take as much electricity load off of their grids as possible. Again, many of them have infrastructure from the 40s, 50s, 60s, and they need a lot of help. Countries like Mexico are opening up to deregulation so that other companies can come in, help them with their infrastructure and software. So energy storage is going to play a vital role moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. Now, how do we make this all work? On your screen right now, you see a 40-foot shipping container energy storage device from Xpress. Now, guys, in this modular device, you can basically have 5 to 6 ESS towers. If you put 2 of these shipping containers, 40-foot shipping containers together, you could basically power 800 residential homes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 800 residential homes. Basically, they'd be producing between 1 and 4 megawatts of power per hour. And the beautiful thing about these energy storage solutions, guys, is you can plug them into conventional energy plants, biomass, hydro, solar, wind. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to capture the 67% of wasted energy so that we can provide our customers cheaper, cleaner, and better energy. And remember that all this captured wasted energy goes to underwrite our XECoin moving forward, right? So for those of you that are seeing this information for the very first time, guys, what you see on your now are digital currency power plans. So everything from a power plan 1 to a power plan 8, all these prices are in euros. So as an example, €199 for power plan 1, €5,099 for power plan 5, and so on and so forth. Now, the power plan 5 is one of our most popular plans. And as an example, when people purchase this power plan 5, they get 50,000 XECoins awarded in that package. Their personal sales / group sales for that package is €5,000, just depending on if they personally bought it or if let's say somebody purchased it because they shared it with them, right? Their binary cap every week is 30,000 euros. That's what they can make every single week on their working leg, guys. And the binary percentage is 6 to 12%, just depending on how many euros in sales you have. But guys, one of the things you have to remember, if you purchase a package before the end of the year, which is tonight at midnight, you have the ability to not just get your XECoins, but the company's going to double them. So as an example, if you purchase a Power Plan 5 tonight, you would have 50,000 coins. The company will double it to 100,000, and they're going to give you a 6% bonus on top of that. Now remember, guys, Don Nastanka has basically given every XECoin 10 cents of valuation backed by renewable energy. So right off the bat, guys, these XECoins have 10 cents of valuation because Don Nastanka is backing every single XECoin with 10 cents of renewable energy. Now, on the open exchange right now, guys, you're seeing buy orders from 15 cents to 90 cents. People are trying to get their hands on as many XECoins in the public exchange as possible, and many people are going to c-cex.com, the public exchange, to see the buy and sell orders. Now, the beautiful thing about this, guys, is at the very end of this webinar, I'm going to tell you about the promotion, and I'm going to give you some goosebumps at the very end. So now let's talk about the ways we get paid. The very first way we get paid is called the direct sales bonus. It is not mandatory that you purchase a power plan, ladies and gentlemen. You can actually join our company for free. Now, obviously, on your first generation, whether you purchase a power plan or whether you come in for free, whether you reserve your position today, you would qualify for a 5% bonus on any direct sales of our digital currency or physical products from Xergonics in the future. Now, when you reach 6,000 euros, ladies and gentlemen, on your second generation, you'll trigger another 3% bonus. And when you use 10,000 euros in personal sales on your third generation, now you've triggered another 2%. So one of the beautiful things about this compensation model, guys, is as soon as you hit 100,000 euros in personal sales, you will qualify from the fourth generation to infinity for a 1% infinity bonus. Think about it, guys. Literally, again, if you came in for free, you would automatically qualify for 5%. As soon as you hit 6,000 euros in personal sales, you trigger another 3% on your second generation, and 10,000 euros in personal sales triggers another 2%. And remember, guys, generations don't mean levels. You can have 10, 20 levels in a generation. And as a side note, all Infinity direct sales bonuses are paid down to the next member in your team at the same level or higher. Now, for those of you that want to maximize our compensation model, you must have a Power Plan 4 package or higher to qualify for this Infinity bonus. And believe me, guys, if you have a lot of people hitting this Infinity bonus, that means you are doing your job correctly. You're plugging your marketing partners into training, and you literally are probably getting a lot of commas in your compensation weekly, right? So now the second way we get paid, ladies and gents, is called the team bonus, or the dual team bonus, as many of you call it. It's basically a binary module, right? So to qualify automatically, you have to have one paid, personally sponsored marketing partner on your left, and you have to have one paid, personally sponsored marketing partner on your right. So imagine, guys, as soon as you get started, you already qualify for a 6% bonus when you obviously have one and one, right? You've gotten one personally sponsored paid on your left, one personally sponsored paid on your right. Now you're qualified for a 6% bonus on your working leg or your pay leg. Remember, one leg will have the most volume every single month, and let's just say that the left is your power leg, right? And then your other volume, the lesser leg, is what you'll get paid on. So when you hit 2,000 euros in personal sales, now you trigger an 8% bonus on your pay leg, and let's just say that your right is your pay leg. And let's say when you hit 5,000 euros in personal sales, now you qualify for 10%, ladies and gentlemen. When you hit 25,000 euros in personal sales, now you have accomplished 12% on your pay leg. And ladies and gentlemen, this bonus doesn't fluctuate. In other words, once you hit these metrics, these bonuses are in place for the rest of the time you're with the company for this team bonus, which is exciting. Let me just give you a quick example. Let's say that you had 10,000 euros in group sales on your left side. Let's say this is your power leg, right? And let's say you had 5,000 euros in group sales on your right side, your working leg / pay leg. If you just got started, right, you would earn 6% of the 5,000 euros in group sales, lesser leg, right, and generate a bonus of 300 euros. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, you were seeing this before hundreds of millions of people around the world. So you have timing, guys. And what do they say about timing? Timing is to business as location is to real estate. So take advantage of having the ability to tell the story first, guys. Get this information out to the masses. Allow 2017 to be your absolute best year financially, and help other families around the world understand that you're there to help them win big. Now let's talk about the Infinity Matching Bonus. This is something that literally a lot of veterans in the networking industry are super excited about because they've never seen numbers on an Infinity Matching Bonus like this. So as soon as you qualify, as soon as you have personal sales of 2,000 euros on your first, second, third, and fourth generation, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hit a 5% Infinity Matching Bonus. Now don't forget, generations are not levels, right? You can have 10, 20 levels per generation. But what's super exciting, many of you are going to qualify for an Infinity matching bonus from the 5th generation to Infinity. You'll qualify for a 5% match, or Infinity bonus, sorry, when you hit personal sales of 250,000 euros. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as you hit 250,000 euros in personal sales, now from the 5th generation to Infinity, you get the 5% match. That's awesome. Because imagine, guys, the Infinity Matching Bonus is paid down to the number of qualification or higher. There's many top miners, many top recruits have never ever seen something on this level before. So this is why, if you really understand that you'll get a match of 5% from your 5th generation to Infinity, you will not stop and you will put this information in front of as many as possible. How about the payment rules? 60% will be paid out every single Friday, so you can go up to your bank, your debit card, or use it in our shop. And basically, guys, that'll be your current account or your cash account, right? Now, the other 40% will be paid out every Friday, so you can buy more XECoins into your reserve account or your cold wallet, right, guys? Remember, we're trying to create more buyers than sellers in the market. Why? Because when you have more buyers than sellers, the simple law of economics states that the value will be higher, so the value will be higher. And again, guys, we have so many people right now that are already going on a public exchange and we're excited about going on with the very first cryptocurrency that's backed by a renewable commodity. So now let's talk about the XE Loyalty Award. You can customize your own awards. On this slide, guys, at the very bottom left, you can see that after 30 days, you may freely sell or trade 10% of your stakes each and every month. Ladies and gentlemen, they're your coins. You can do whatever you want, right? And as you reach a valuation that you're comfortable with and you want to make some money off the margin, you are free to do so, right? But now look at this. Every month in year 1, your coins are stored in the cold wallet. You will receive a loyalty award of an additional 6% through control release of the company stake. Basically, guys, you're talking about a 72% award per annum. And for those of you that want to find out more about the Smart Reward, all coins in the cold wallet between year 1 to year 8 will receive the most aggressive award of an additional 20 to 40% through controlled release of the company's stake. Basically, we're talking about a 200% award per annum. And imagine, guys, this company is going to basically give you more coins for being loyal and holding them off of the market. Again, creating more demand, right? So it's pretty exciting for any of us that have seen what coins. Remember, I started with value of less than a penny, and it's been over the past couple of days. It's been trading at over $900, $938, $930. And guys, remember, it's not backed by anything. So we are super excited because we've seen what's going on with Bitcoin, Ethereum, the Dash coin, and now XECoin is into the market as the very first cryptocurrency that's backed by clean, green, renewable energy. So the sky is literally the limit, ladies and gentlemen. So now let's talk about some power awards, because many of you are doing a phenomenal job sharing this information around the world. What you see on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, you see a Vertigo dock, a Tag Heuer smartwatch, an electronic bike, a King Power, a Hublot King Power watch. Many of you will be rolling around in your brand new BMW i8 Spider. Literally, guys, this vehicle is about $180,000 vehicle, about 150,000 euros, I believe. But what I want you to do is feast your eyes on your future villa, ladies and gentlemen. This is a €1 million villa, and obviously it's self-sustaining, right? You see the PV system at the top, and obviously there's some storage devices somewhere in here. But guys, many of you already are starting to work your way towards these rewards, and the company is, they really value your efforts. So the reason why they want to reward you is because you absolutely deserve it, right? So our power reward qualifications are pretty simple. We only have 9 levels. And as an example, as soon as you hit gold, now you've qualified for your PIN and your Vertigo dock. When you hit emerald, you hit your PIN, you get your Tag Heuer smartwatch and your electronic bike. When you hit ruby, ladies and gentlemen, now you're talking about your PIN and your Hublot King Power watch. Sapphires will qualify for a PIN and a €50,000 pension fund. And for all of you that love BMWs, guess what? When you hit diamond, now you get your PIN and your BMW i8 Spider, ladies and gentlemen. What color do you want, right? Start thinking about the color of BMW that you want to be rolling around in, right? Make sure you give me a ride whenever we're at events. Now, for those of you that just have the vision and the passion, right? Because that passion is what people buy into, ladies and gentlemen. They don't buy into the facts, they buy into your passion. For those of you who hit Royal Diamond, whatever €1 million purchases, right? That's what they'll buy. The company will buy your villa, and you can place it wherever you want. Start thinking about, start dreaming about it, right, guys? Make it something that you really want to get in 2017. And think about it. You can put it in Greece, Turkey, Spain, France. I mean, it's your villa. You put it where you want. Thailand, Hawaii. Just make sure you save me room, right? Because ultimately, I want to do some webinars for villa, and we'll do some testimonials. So good luck to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, that are going to be working towards these qualifications. We know that many of you are super excited, and that energy is infectious, so don't give up on your dreams, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let anybody steal your dreams, because you can achieve all these rewards and more. Well, phase 2, we call this the democratization of energy, the physical rollout of products. We already discussed the Vertigo dock, right? But we're going to start looking at all of these kiosks that will be put around the world, apps that will basically everything inside your home, your vehicle, the Cube system. The Cube technology is some phenomenal technology. And the timeline is defined. We have a track record in the industry, a well-thought-out plan. Basically, in 2003, ladies and gentlemen, Nanotech was working with development, automotive powertrains. In 2008, he was working with defense aerospace applications. In 2010, the company was working with battery management systems. In 2012, that brought around solar power purchase agreements and energy storage system development. 2014 saw vehicle systems, and the last day of 2016, right? But this year, XECoin purchased, they acquired Coda Energy. And so here in the next few weeks, next few months, guys, you're going to see Cube deployment, BioActis, which is an agricultural product that, we can basically help people around the world with their crops. 2018 is going to be pretty exciting, because you're going to start seeing these home systems roll out, basically allowing people to be grid independent, their own micro utilities. 2019, we'll see the Vertigo kiosk launched and placed all around the world. And 2020 will show us power purchase agreements with other renewables, biomass, hydro, wind, and solar, obviously. Ladies and gentlemen, we're super excited to have you on our webinar today, and we thank you very much for your precious time. We advise you to get back with the person that invited you to this webinar tonight and make sure that you secure your position. Remember, it is not mandatory that you purchase a power plan, but literally, guys, don't forget that anybody that does purchase a power plan before midnight Central Standard Time tonight will not only double their XECoins, but also get a 6% bonus on top of that. And for those of you that obviously have a lot of marketing partners around the world, the company is going to extend, that's right, they're going to extend the promotion to January 20th. Until January 20th, anybody that purchases a power plan will be able to double their coins, but the people that purchase their plans before midnight tonight not only will double their coins, but get a 6% loyalty award, basically an award for getting it done before midnight. So ladies and gentlemen, we're super excited to have you on our webinar this evening. We hope that we can see you every Wednesday night and Saturday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on this webinar. For details, make sure you join our Facebook groups. You can literally find us on Facebook. Just look up Power On Network or XECoin Training, and you can see all the information for training, marketing, you name it. We're trying to make sure that you literally start 2017 with a bang. Be safe tonight, guys. Make sure that that you have fun, but we need you around because literally you're going to build a legacy here in the future. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen so many disruptions of technology in the past, everything from the television to email to e-commerce, you name it, right? Twitter, Napster, Facebook. But I'll tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are super excited because the XECoin is going to change human culture. And you are seeing this at the Genesis. If that doesn't give you goosebumps, nothing will. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. God bless. Have a phenomenal New Year's Eve. And 2017, we will see you again Monday afternoon at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Share that with your teams. And this webinar is now adjourned. Goodbye.